The big banks are looking closer than ever at what people are spending money on before they decide whether to approve a loan. News Corp reports one woman was asked if she was pregnant after her bank noticed she was spending at baby shops, and another bank customer was asked why he didn't declare he had a pet on a loan application after a transaction at a pet shop showed up. It turned out he was buying a gift for a friend. Snooping banks are a hot topic this morning. To discuss it, we're joined by Ben Davis in Brisbane and Jane Caro in Sydney. Ben, given the banks are actually making the loans, are they right to snoop through your transactions?
Yeah, of course they are. And look, I've just experienced this recently. We bought a new car and by the time we filled out all the paperwork and got things checked and balanced, I think the warranty had run out. But I have no problems with this. The fact that the banks are lending you the money, and we saw what happened in America in the late 2000s or the late part of last decade. And we don't want that. Now, what I also found is this is almost like a little self-check on your own budget. You go, oh, wow, I am spending this amount on Uber Eats or Netflix or whatever it may be, and it does help you rein it in. So I don't like the story about having to resubmit paperwork because someone rounded down their credit card by 14 cents. I think that's a little bit over the top, which is one of the issues that have been highlighted here. But I have no problem with this whatsoever.
Jane, you know, the tighter lending restrictions that are in place, the Banking Royal Commission. You know, I was speaking to a bank manager the other day who said they are declining more loans for homes in Sydney than they are approving. This is really affecting people.
It really is. And look, whilst I understand that banks need to be more thorough with their screening, this does seem a little extreme to me. I think the thing is you do rein in your spending when you get the mortgage, because you have to meet the mortgage repayments. But if you haven't got a mortgage, why do you have to act as if you do? So I think that's a problem. It's also impacting, as so much does, on young people who are desperately trying to get onto the property market. They're the ones who are going to hit by it, and yet they're not the ones who have so far defaulted or done anything wrong. So yes, I understand that they need to be more thorough. That's a good thing. Possibly this anal, I'm not so sure.
Yeah, they're certainly going through everything with a fine-tooth comb. I mean, the fact that you have to supply your bank statements, well, you never used to do that before. You just estimate what you spent, but now you have to actually hand them over.
Absolutely. And finding that paperwork can be a nightmare, and I have great sympathy for people. Nothing I hate worse than having to do paperwork and find paperwork. And I do think we need to be kind of sensible about this. Assess the spending in general. You don't need to know what it's on.
I'm with you, Ben, though. It does remind you, have we all overspent at some point?
Yeah, we all do.
Exactly, yeah. And this helps you rein it in too, because here's the thing: you don't want to be 5 years down the track when interest rates jump up by 5%, even maybe more, and all of a sudden you're caught out. So this is getting in early and training you and teaching you and going, yeah, okay, we need this self-check, and I don't mind it one little bit.
I thought we didn't like the nanny state. Now we like the nanny bank.
No. It's not nanny state. No, this is almost self-help. This is actually a little friendly reminder.
I think we can afford to allow adults to be adults.
But a lot of people don't. The banks are stress testing your possible loan on way more percent than we sometimes ourselves sort of do it.
100%.
So, yeah, I'm with you.